How are you doing and how have you been? My name's Tazastical. This is Rimworld. Let's get to it. So we got a big episode today. I always love early Rimworld. It's just awesome setting up the base, getting to know everyone, group hugs, team meetings, all that lark. Now, only a few things I've done off camera. I've done the work schedule just because I thought you don't really need to see me dilly-dally between it for 5 minutes when you think just get on it. The idea is, so Crow and Citron, I do want them to dabble into the research. Eventually I want 2 research tables and we're going to actually turn this room into a production room down the line. Let's get on speed 2 while I go through story time. So the idea is, obviously I want research quite up top, but I still want them doing stuff. So constructing, growing. I want 2 growers straight away. Now, we probably have too much... We probably have not enough. Let's get on to speed 1 actually, because I can see some people idle. So we probably don't need 2 people and growers. The reason why I've got it is, 1, they're both passionate in it, so they'll both enjoy their work. Although I think it's only double passion where they get the mood boost from it. But the idea is at least it gets done. It gets done and out of the way, and then they can move on to the next things. So yeah, grow, plant cut sort of speaks for itself. And then I want them to just basically research. Obviously, we've only got 1 research table at the moment, as we can see. So I'm hoping that means Crow would then be cleaning and stuff. He's just wandering, apparently. He's got nothing to do. Well, I imagine because I haven't set any of these to haul. Because I wondered why all these chunks weren't being hauled last time. I think you actually have to set them to haul. Which now makes much more sense when you think about it. Like, they're not just decorations. Well, saying that. And then you can properly see our stone cutting thing in full production, where chunks are chucked here. When blocks are made, they're just dumped here. Obviously, we want to move this indoors at some point, but just initially, I want to get some blocks made. Now, I know obviously we're mining into the hills or the mountains, so we're not going to need tons of blocks, but actually, it is handy for stuff like artwork and that sort of stuff, and for building defences, which we do need to get up this episode. So going back to the work schedule, and then we've got purple. So the idea with purple is obviously going to be cook, and I've put purple on like crafting, tailor and smithing. We're going to have to be really careful that purple doesn't get bogged down with them, because obviously that's a lot of production. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on that. Otherwise we're going to have to swap purple and Crow, because Crow has some ability. So we'll have to share out. But that's potentially room for another colonist, someone that can help us with crafting and stuff. What I've got to get better at is being much more picky with the colonists we're taking, to make sure we're taking the best of the best. Then we've got Iamiro, that is just grower, miner. Obviously, we've got loads of people on mining, just 1 to get it done quickly, because we don't really want to hang about. And it's just going to be one of them tasks that, because it gets done quickly, we can move on to the next thing. And then basically Lobster and Iamiro, I've swapped hauling and cleaning, hoping they're going to get to it. Like, Lobster should clean quite a lot. And I think it's easy to forget how important cleaning and hauling are in a colony. Next thing we're going to do, so there's so much things we want to do, so let's actually just put it on a plate now. So we need to build our initial defences, so we'll probably just build it off that wall and put it there. We will see if they've got anything to trade in a minute. We'll wait until everyone wakes up, actually. We want to wall round this, but actually we're really lucky with the amount of fertile soil we've got. But I think initially this will be fine, but there is obviously potential to expand it, which is actually really, really cool. And then we have to think if we actually want to wall off our area and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's the work schedule's done. So let's get onto the schedule. So I've had some really helpful comments. So I sort of took a helpful comment and only changed it ever so slightly, so you can hear my logic. So we're going to go 2 rec, 5 work, and then I'm going to do 2 nothing. The reason why I want to do 2 nothing is because if they need rec, if they need meditation, they'll just go do it themselves. So they'll top themselves up in whatever they need the most, which I think is more important. In case I've missed something, in case I've micromanaged someone. It also gives them time if they're travelling, although looking at our zone, like, there shouldn't be too much travelling because I'm not allowing anyone to go further. Obviously, if we want anyone to go further, we can just quickly put, if I come into here, we can quickly put a zone. So we want That mined, we'll just highlight it there. They'll come straight to it, sort it out, and then we can get, if I click the right one, that would be handy, and then get rid of it and they come back and stay in their zone. So I think that's really, really cool. And then again, 2 rec before bed. Rec will also be that sort of time in between jobs and stuff. But again, we shouldn't really go into that. Not a lot. But I want lots of production. That's why I really like that comment. So I always appreciate help. But I really like that comment because I do like production. I don't like losing too much. Because I know in the past people have commented about doing other sleep patterns and stuff like that. I just don't like the production lost personally. Right, and now I can move my notes to my side. I told you, your boy is coming hard and heavy. Pen needed. For what? We got a chinchilla. I mean, it's easy food, but I am going to set it free just for the time being because I really can't be bothered with a message keep popping up. So let's get on speed free, get into the morning, and I'll tell you our plans. Okay, there we go. The first thing I want to do is have a look at our doctrine. Now, the reason why I want to do this will come apparent in a minute. So we've got tunneler. Now, something that I didn't realise is fungus is actually a preferred food from us. So obviously, we've got fungus preferred, insect jelly, insect meat loved, small spaces they don't care about, which actually is probably benefiting us at the moment, although we still are going to correct that process. But fungus. So, what I think could actually be really important to set up semi-early, it doesn't need to be anything massive, is a little fungus growing zone. So I think what we'll do is originally just do something quite small. And get rid of that. Something quite small, because I think we'll probably always, I think we'll turn this into probably a full-time. We're either going to do 2 things with this room. We're either going to, it will be the fungus room eventually, which probably makes more sense, or it will be a full-time rec and dining room, although I think that might be a bit too small there. But for the time being, I think that would be really good for just a fungus bit. That room, like I said earlier, is going to turn into the production room down the line, because we want 2 research benches. We want to be able to start flying through the research. With research, I think we're probably going to go into beds and then electricity. We do need to set up meals, because obviously we have nothing set up at the moment. We've got a lot to do this episode. So we'll probably just do simple meals times by 4. And then we'll just say, so we got 3 people, so we'll say 20 and unpause at, I don't know, 10. Let's just make it half and half. I could mess with that, but I don't think I really need to at the moment. Then underneath that, we'll just do the same, but with simple meals. The idea behind this is if there isn't enough material, or there isn't enough to make the times 4, they'll jump to the next one below, so we should always have food. We do need a butcher's table. That is something I forgot in last episode, because it's a new colony. You can't do everything. Like, half an hour doesn't sound a lot for an episode, but actually, when you start like rocking through it, it actually goes pretty quick. Right, we have a lot of people idle, which makes me be a little bit nervous. Obviously, we've got that constructing. That means we could probably get all this mined out and all this sorted. It probably means we can start talking about what we're going to do for our defences. Like, I am going to build the initial defence just here, just because I don't think it needs to be anything massive. We haven't got any. How much steel have we actually got? Let's open up some of these. 45. So I might just, if I build the defence off here, I'm going to build my old, does go over fertile soil, but I don't think it matters too much if only one bit does. So I think we'll have the entrance here. I will explain in due time. My genius is unbound. And don't worry, party people, I can already hear it in the comments that you don't like my kill box. I can already hear it. Don't worry, it works. Alright, yeah, just the idea, obviously, they just come down here. We'll build, obviously, emergency doors on it and stuff like that. But that's the good thing about getting blocks up straight away, like. So we've got 80 already, so we're going to be able to build a big chunk of this. Obviously, we're with Cassandra. Oh, we need to get rid of that. I'll set that for deconstruction. I might tell someone to do it. This is the thing. I really hate having only one constructor. But as long as we don't overload him, it should be fine. Can you deconstruct this shopping trolley first? Lovely. So, we'll build the first layer. Oh, we're going to have to deconstruct a lot of things. And we'll just build a wooden door because it shouldn't... No, let's build a granite door because it is going to be left open the majority of the time. So it shouldn't have too much problems. And then I'm just going to tell Crow. It's a shame we don't get any resources for these shopping trolleys. I was going to say you'd think you'd get steel, but actually if a shopping trolley has lasted this long, it's probably like... can still rot. But if not rotten, it's severely rusted and just gone. So Crow's getting that up, so at least we have some form of defense to actually speak of. I might actually... Okay, there we go. So we got a mad rat, so we will have to do something with that. Alright, let's see where it is. So I'll just wait for it to get a little bit closer. That's probably as close as I would like to get it. So it's a bit sad we couldn't just hide inside, but it's only one rat, so we can deal with it quite nicely. I will just equip everyone. That weapon there... Oh, okay. I'll just call everyone just because you don't want an injury, because an injury can just mean or lead to infections very, very early. After this, we will swap Lobster over to the bow because Lobster is our hunter. Not our best hunter, but just because he lacks... I always like people having, like, passions to do what they're doing, like, unless, like, you're really short-staffed and stuff like that. So how it works, Lobster's going to do it. That might change, obviously, down the line. Right, there we go. So I don't really want to get into melee with this rat, although this rat seems like it just wants to ignore all our colonists. Which I think is more embarrassing than anything. I want the rat, so this is how I normally do combat, especially with like melee people, is, right, the rat is locked on to Iamiro, so Iamiro can just basically run around or kite around, there you go, and then it kills like that, and the range people. Like, you can just jump into melee with it, but on these harder difficulties, something as simple as a little bite can turn into, I always go to say infestation, infection, slightly different. We're not talking about Aliens, the movie. Right, then Lobster, sorry, Purple, I need you to drop your weapon if that's okay. And then Lobster is going to pick it up, and then we're going to have a little trade. Perfect, 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 and then Purple. I think even the Labrador chipped in them, which is quite nice. Because obviously, huge Manhunter packs, and you can get them huge on these difficulties. You just want to stay inside, it's not worth your trouble. And that's one nice thing about obviously having our base in a mountain. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad things. Insulting, so poor mood. So that's because we haven't got any food. That's fine, because that is going to be sorted in 2 seconds. I always just put butcher forever on that. We could probably move the field stove, but we won't do it yet. And then we'll set up some hunting tasks. So we've got lots of alpaca, so I'm just going to queue up a load of them. I'm hoping we're just going to have an eye on the hunter, because obviously we've set them to stay in our zone. So I hope that means the hunter will obviously leave the zone to go and hunt. Who is our hunter? Lobster. So I'm just going to draft, undraft. No, so you will have to leave our zone to do that. So what I'm going to do is just unrestrict Lobster while we hunt some stuff. And then if I draft, undraft, he will then go hunt an alpaca. And the rice is all at 80 odd %. It's just obviously just recording. I just forgot setting it all up for the first episode, to be honest. But I probably will make sure, say, Lobster's going to give up on that. I am going to make sure he comes and hunts this now, just so we have it. The good thing about this is obviously then it's going to give us materials to make clothes with, which actually it won't be electric the next research we do. We'll probably do complex clothing. You're consuming. Can you not? Come away. No empty accessible spots. But I mean, for the time being, we'll just bring them back in here. Corpses, animal corpses. So I'm hoping... Oh, I went way too far then. I way overshot it. So yeah, can you haul the alpaca? Then I'm hoping... Because if we check the health... Yeah, everyone's sort of halfway to starving to death. Which is a perfect way to start an episode. Lobster, I really don't want you to eat it. Purple is the cook. I mean, lobster, you've got free cooking and we're desperate. So I think... Oh no, you need to butcher. I'm an idiot. Right, come away. Right, now butcher. So then we'll get some meat. And then... No, I want you to cook. The reason why I want you to cook is because... Oh, for God's sake. Social fire. Right. How's your health? You're fine. Right, you're going to cook some meals. Rescue purple. I thought Ayamiro was dead then. I got extremely nervous. Yes, lobster's going to have a breakdown, but if we can get these moods, that's all going to be... Get these food. Can you just wait? Because we're going to have meals in a minute. There we go. So then, to reset everyone, I'm going to take... purple. No, not purple. Lobster. Draft, undraft. And then, there we go. No, eat a meal. There's... Are they all reserved by other people then? Okay. I think the dog ate one. There we go. Bloodshed on the first episode. Not the sort of way that we thought we were going to do it, but that's fine. I'm not used to tribal starts. I forget, obviously, you don't start with any meals. But we've got all our rice fields up and stuff like that, so it's not really too much to worry about. Health-wise, oh, he was going to die. That's fine. Everyone is rocking and a-rolling, which we love. Might have to actually have 2 hunters for the time being. Who was the other ranged person? How long until the rice is ready? Well, some of it's on 94, so we haven't actually got to wait that long. Okay. Hopefully they won't get infections or anything like that. They shouldn't do at this point. It's just a bit negative because obviously we wanted them to hunt. I think we probably will turn them both onto hunt, so we'll unrestrict their zone. Or we just make our home zone a bit... The problem is the idea of our zone is I don't want them coming to the other end of the map. But for hunting, it seems like we don't really have too much choice. Some rice is actually getting harvested. So they're going to eat the raw rice, get the negative effects off it, and then, yeah. What are we going to call this? What are we going to call this colony? A faction called Astical. And we're going to call this Hope City, baby. Because we're hoping for a win. We'll get there now, food sorted. Bit silly that I forgot that, to be fair. But to be fair, there's worse things. There's worse mistakes you can make on it early on. It's fairly easy. Ambrosia Sprout, how far is it away? I'm really on the I don't want to waste time this episode or this series. Okay, the best way to sort ambrosia bushes out is you put a growing zone over it. Just pause the game. Then you go allow sowing, allow cutting, and then once that is harvestable, if they can get there, they should be able to harvest it, or you can manually do it in the order, harvest, and then drag over it once they're ready. And that's easy money, really. And this is why I want 2 growers, so they harvest it all straight away, and then they replant straight away. You ain't got to mess about or anything like that. Obviously, we do need to defend it a little bit. Tantrum, lobster, poor mood. That's fine. Hold open. We're getting to it, my man. We're getting to it. So who's our cookie cook? Purple. My purple's been down most of the days. Can we... Yeah. Oh, his walk speed's quite low. That's probably a bad idea. I mean, he's destroying a granite wall with his bare hands or with a wooden bow, which, whilst annoys me, sort of shows is that too easy to break down? Do you know what I mean? We will get an art table up. Purple, just go to bed because your walk speed is disgusting. And then tomorrow, no one else can really cook. Shatran, I'll probably get you on cooking tomorrow just so we make sure we can get some meals up. Something we also need to do is make sure we've actually got recreation. So I'll get this. I'll move that. Oh, shame you can't move it. I'm not just going to delete it just for the sake of it. Let's get a wooden hoop ring. Does it need to be outside? Looks like it does, so I'll just put it there. Crow, I'll get that to build immediately because obviously we do need rec stuff. So obviously people aren't getting that negative mood effect. Lovely, lovely. You're getting back with the defences, which is perfect. Rice is getting hauled. Animals are getting trained. Obviously once our hunters. So let's get 2 hunters up. So we've got a lobster and then purple will be the other one. So their meals will get cooked will be the first big thing. What's in our home zones? So let's expand that so that gets cleaned. Let's get rid of some home zones. Because I don't really want you wasting your time. Okay, that sounds about right. Back on the speed 3. Alright, that's all set up, so I'll probably haul all the chunks and everything first. And then... Okay, our first raid. The awesome team! It's not awesome that you've come to attack. I mean, is it a team if it's just one person? So, going back into the messages. They will prepare for a while, so let's have a look at Jenny. Hard worker, abrasive, brawler. Very artistic and intelligent. If you were that intelligent, you wouldn't attack us just on your own. Okay. Would have been nice if we could have got defences up, but beggars can't be choosers. Now I'll explain like my little simple kill box when it's up. Oh, a little bit of steel in there as well, which is actually quite nice. I want to get all these chunks hauled, really. Because if we go into the beauty modifier, like, geez, there's a lot of minuses. So we probably will work on bedrooms. Probably not this episode. There's another chunk there. Bit of steel, nice. We won't obviously mine it all. We're trying to obviously just mine what we need rather than just like everything. Right, opening that up. We have 7 meals, which is nice. We want to be careful, obviously, the raider doesn't burn our crops or anything like that. Right, they are beginning their assault. They are, just one person. Let me check the map. I've been caught out so many times like by not checking the whole map. And like 2 groups have come in. Okay, so what we're going to do is a lobster. I need you to... Oh no, you already have a bow. The crow. Right, I just like being safe rather than sorry. Does that mean we have a spare bow? So we do have another ranged weapon, which I must have miscalculated. So yeah, you are a melee. You can shoot. You're trigger happy. So probably Iamiro needs to come on to... Iamiro, what is your jobs? I don't want you on hunt because you're on cook. You're never going to get around to it. So probably Iamiro. Shitran can do it, I suppose. You're on cook, but you're only on cook for the time being. While purple's out. You're going to be mainly grower. And then you're getting onto research. Yeah, okay. Shitran. Come get a bow, my man. And then we should be fine with these. Right, where are you? Okay, there she is. Let's get on speed 2 just so we can... Lobster, can you attack yet? Nope. You just hover over the weapon if you didn't know, and you can see the range that you can fire at. To be fair, Crow, you're probably going to make this more difficult than what it's worth. No, Iamiro. I just want you to kite Jenny. Chase me, chase me, chase me, chase me. You just have to be careful. The only reason why I'm getting so close is because I know Iamiro's walk speed is going to be above. I can turn around and just knife her, but I just think it's... You don't really need to worry about it. A bit disappointed the dog did that. So I'll jump in and help the dog. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Some smoke leaf. That's gone down. We'll strip you. Strip. Cool. Just because if you don't do that, sound that's all really bad quality. But if you wanted to wear it, you wouldn't be able to. That means we need to set up some graves. So we'll just start with 4. And then when Jenny dies, then we can just put you in a grave. Which sounds quite morbid when you say it like that. You're going to hunt an alpaca. It's very late. And then we want to sow. If we do growing zone in here, do we have to build it on steel? Let me put one on here and let's read about this fungal. No, I want to click on it to read about it. It can grow on fungal gravel. Okay. Oh, there we go. Fungal gravel. Spreadable form of gravel. Does it require anything? I mean, it doesn't say, does it? Doesn't look like it. Over, under here. So is this in the mountain enough? Oh, apparently it is. What we do want to start doing is putting doors on stuff. There we go. Misk, where are torches? Probably want a torch somewhere in here. If we put it... Actually, if we put it like there, then it's going to cover this whole hallway. Perfect. So you thought it was going bad with the food crisis? It's all going good, party people. All going good. You know it's going good when I take a sip of my drink and it all goes down my top. It's such a great start. Yeah, it's really nice we have that steam geyser nearby as well. Really nice that we've been getting work on our research. Going to be tempted to expand this room so then we can get 2 research benches on, which I think is going to be really good. But I think priorities is getting everything defended. Getting that body buried is obviously going to be very, very big. And yeah, we're just going to go for a Diddy base just for the start. And then we're just going to obviously make it slightly bigger as we go along. But I hope you understand the plan. You know what's happening, like. Have to admit, I am proud of how we are rocking and a-rolling. I'm not proud of, obviously, the hill route being used so willy-nilly. Oh, they're potatoes! No, they're meant to be hill route. Oh. Hey, episode 2 and we've made our first mistake. Well, we've probably made quite a few. Oh, we're in for a treat, party people. Oh boy, are you in for a treat. If you got to this part of the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. And I'll catch you next time, party people. Bye.